We all know that ships can communicate using VHF, but how exactly does that work when maybe they're of different nationalities, say one French, bonjour, one American, hey, and one British, alright mate. In the past, of course, things were much simpler. Ships couldn't speak to each other, so instead they would hoist flags to transmit a message. Surprisingly, that system is still in use today, with all officers needing to understand what every flag means. For example, hoisting this flag means my vessel is healthy and I request free pratique. You'll notice cruise ships hoist it whenever they go into port and are waiting for clearance for passengers to proceed ashore. On approach to a port, you may notice them flying this flag, Golf, which means I require a pilot, followed by Hotel, showing that the pilot is now on board. By combining different flags, suddenly you get hundreds of different messages that you could send. Hotel Whiskey 6, for example, could have been flown by the Titanic if modern codes existed at the time, as it literally means I have collided with an iceberg. You can check out a book called The International Code of Signals if you'd like to see all the different combinations. Anyway, as time went on, radio telephony was developed, which suddenly meant that ships could transmit messages over much greater distances using Morse code. Although they couldn't yet transmit voice, they could send a series of beeps. I bet today, if I say dit 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 da 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 dit dit dit, you would recognise it as the Morse for SOS. Interestingly, SOS doesn't actually stand for anything, it's simply a distinctive pattern that's far more effective at communicating distress than the previous CQD message, da dit da dit, da da dit da, da dit dit. Anyway, as time went on, Morse code eventually gave way to voice transmissions through the system that we still use today.